Welcome to Afton Woodworking and Merry Christmas. Hey, I wanted to highlight a project that I just finished and gave to my wife as her Christmas gift. It's from issue 268 from Fine Woodworking, Stylish Serving Trays. Let me run you through it. I think you would absolutely enjoy making this project. They're two serving trays nestled together here. And I'll just set both of them down and pull out one. Here's a smaller one. Made out of solid walnut and then plywood on the bottom. I took 2 pieces of 1/4 inch walnut veneered plywood and sandwiched them together to get a true 1/2 inch. A lot of tongue and groove in there, solid wood on the sides, right? What I really liked about this project is the simplicity of it, but a little bit of flair to it. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. If you look at that inside cut, it's angled. I thought that was fairly neat. Obviously, you've got a lot of through joinery that make the end grains pop in the piece, right? And then I like the element of the brass and the wax cord for the handles. So I'm trying to add extra little elements or extra material other than wood into my woodworking projects, and I liked that brass and the wax cord on it. Very simple project, you know, just some basic dados. In my case, I had purchased a new bandsaw, so I used my bandsaw, which worked wonderfully, to cut these pieces, these joinery pieces. Really like that. I liked adding the brass. I had not worked with brass. It was very easy to do. You know, whenever you're doing something like that, I think the most stressful part of it is at the end when you're drilling those holes to make sure that you don't screw up and ruin the project, right? I finished it with 4 coats of Danish oil and then hand rubbed the beeswax into it, and it's just really nice to the touch. The handles are pretty fun. It uses a lashing technique, which I hadn't used. So basically, you're starting with a loop, and then you've got a tail, and you're wrapping, and you're wrapping, and you're wrapping all the way up. You're running that piece through the loop, and then you're pulling the tail, which pulls it down and locks it in. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's plenty of videos out there, and the article talks a bit about that. Really look at the detail of the photos to understand what they're talking about if you're going to do this project. Fun project, wasn't too difficult, was not too tedious, kept my attention nicely. I had made a mistake, and like in any woodworking project, you start to stress out about how you're going to fix it. In the end, it turned out great. So let me tell you what I did. Again, the bottom here is a plywood. I used my CNC router. It's a Shaper Origin to put that detail into it, and used epoxy to fill it in and sanded it flush. In addition, I put my initials and the date in there. And when I went to sand flush this, of course, I blew through one of the veneers and I saw just normal plywood, you know, stark yellow. Stressed me out. I said to myself, hey, it's on the bottom, no big deal, no big deal. But if you're a woodworker like me, you understand that it just eats at you and eats at you. So I applied some stain, and I used some colored pencils, and I used some wood putty, walnut wood putty to try to fill it in. Nothing. It only looked worse. Then I decided to either use leather, or when I went to the store, I found this neoprene and used a circle cutter to cut this back out. And actually, this works out better because now you have a nice cushion on each one of them for either your table or to protect this one. So a lot of fun in this project. I think it's got a wow factor to it. I've made a lot of cutting boards as gifts, and people love cutting boards. But I'm kind of a little bored with cutting boards, so it was fun to do something that was a little bit more challenging. And this was, but it wasn't over the top difficult. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll tackle it. Again, issue 268 in Fine Woodworking. And these are the Stylish Serving Trays. Have a great Christmas from Afton Woodworks.